Hi guys. Well, guess what? I just finished reading through the book of Job. Man, and there's no denying that Job suffered. In fact, when I woke up this morning with a migraine, I wanted to just boo-hoo about it, but I pushed myself in here and I came and I read the last few chapters, and by the time I was done, it was like, no, I'm good. I'm not complaining anymore. Man, Job had it bad. And it would have been easy for me to just shut the book and just move on to the next chapter, but I didn't want to do that because it was tempting for me to want to, because I'm reading through the Bible in a year, and in all honesty, I'm on year 2 and I'm still not done. But I didn't allow myself to do that. I really just paused and asked God what he wanted me to know. And there was a few things that I really felt like came to my mind as I was pondering the whole book of Job. So the first one was that Job was so honest with God. He, his views were distorted a little bit, but he told God his truth. And it just reminded me that how easy it is when we get in situations to believe the lies of the enemy. And his big goal is for us to distort who we are, who we truly are, and also to distort who God is. So that was a good reminder to me, to that in situations, it's so good to be honest with God. The second thought I had was, man, his friends, those friends, like they came, that was a good thing they showed up, but boy, did they like to display their knowledge and wisdom about God. When in actuality, I think Job just wanted his friends to sit and be with him. And it made me think about how many times, like when I hear of someone who's suffering, if I'm just being really honest with you guys, that I just don't go because I'm too afraid or too worried about what I would say. And that's so uncomfortable. And what I really feel God was telling me in this is, you go because they need to know that you care. But when you go, you sit, you might hold their hand, but just don't say anything. It's okay to not say anything. That was powerful to me because I'm a talker and I think I have to say something all the time. And the third thing that I thought, which just was so comforting to me, was how God showed up. God showed up and came and had a conversation with Job. I really believe that Job was wondering where God was and if he cared. And then in a whirlwind, he comes and he talks to Job. And it made me think about how many times when I'm in a whirlwind, do I run to everybody else to get out of the whirlwind? When could it be that God is in the middle of it? And he is saying, I want to simply be present with you. Come to me and I'll help you work through this situation. I'll remind you of who you are and who I am, if you would just realize that I'm there in the middle of it. Those were 3 powerful things for me that God taught me through my reading of Job. So what truth could God have for us to remind you and me in this moment? I think the first thing is to remember that God is with us. I love his really active and alive word that tells us in Matthew 28:20 that I am with you always. That means whatever situation you're going through right now, he's right there in it with you. Not only now, but until the very end of the age. That's his promise. That's his truth. And the second thing I think he wants us to know is John 15:14. Jesus is talking to his disciples and he says, you guys are my friends. And that's the truth. God is your friend. He's my friend. He has our best interest at heart. He has our backs. He is present with us and he wants us to tell him everything, especially our doubt. Don't hide it from him. He already knows it anyways. He's there, he's listening, because that's what friends do.